I can definitely say this is my most favorite product review to date. Hey everybody, welcome back to Simply Sarissa. Thank you so much for taking your time to be here today. We really appreciate it. Today is so special to me because I am reviewing Burns hats. Now, if you're not familiar with Burns hats, it's a company that's been around since 1876. They are based in Utah. They have two places there, one in Salina, one in Park City, but they also have one in California. It is in Carmel. And if you go into any of their shops, they are fantastic. You will quickly become a fan of all things hats and boots. They have the highest quality products that I have seen in a really long time. And the coolest part about it is they will custom build you a hat right there on the spot. I took a day trip, I went into Carmel, and I actually thought I was picking out a certain hat, but I quickly realized when you get in there, the hat picks you. So my hat is amazing. I'm gonna show you it in just a second, but first I wanna give you some footage of being actually in the store and just a quick couple of minutes of how they actually built my hat. And then I'll come back on with it on and I'll talk to you all about it. All right, now that you got to see where I went and how quickly these hats are actually built, you do have to understand a couple of things. Is if you're gonna go in, you might wanna call ahead and ask them about sizing because the hats are definitely made for your specific hat size. Now, when I went in, my intention was to get a blue hat. They did not have my size, and quite frankly, I was being a little bit impatient, and with the help of my husband and the wonderful employees, they helped me to pick a very different shade of hat than I ever thought I would get. And then the hat just sort of took on a life of its own, and I ended up with something completely different than I had anticipated getting, but I couldn't be happier with it. Now, it comes in these boxes. They put it in this beautiful hat box for you. It's really well done. It's something that I can store and use it, you know, for future purposes to keep my hat. It also, when you pop it open, it actually protects the hat in so many ways. It's not just thrown into the box. They actually have hat protectors, so it's really cool. Now I'm gonna set this down, I'm gonna put it on, and I'm gonna talk to you about it. All right, now that I have this amazing hat out of its box, you get to see it in all its glory. The little bit of a bend in it was actually the designer's idea. He thought that it would fit my head well, so he kind of put a little bit of a bend on it. And the hat is definitely a lot more Western than I had anticipated getting. But you know, overall, I just couldn't be happier with it. If you saw them spinning the lip a little bit, that's how they actually pop up the lip right here. And then he actually has it pulled down a little bit. And then once he was done, I picked just the basic leather little trim that you can put on that comes with it. But you can upgrade and you can spend so much money in this place, you guys. My basic hat is $3.95 and it comes with the leather stripping, but they also had just really pretty ribbons of your choice if you'd like. But again, they had like hand beaded Native American beads. They had, I could go on and on. So that's the cool thing about these hats. They're sort of what I call like a living hat. If I really was unhappy with some part of this hat, I could take it back and talk to them. And because of how they use the steaming process with this felt, they can actually go back in and change it within reason if for some reason later I'm not happy with it. They also can continue to customize it by swapping out any of the bands, also swapping out any of the feathers. I chose a feather. I wanted one, just a super simple one, but if you can see that, I thought it was so pretty. It just added a little something. The, look at that. Oh my gosh, he hand formed that. I believe this is called the Boss style. And I love it because, you know, you just kind of pop that on and off. It gives you something to grip. And you can get things branded anywhere you want, basically, onto the hat. So what I suggest is that you follow them on Instagram. They do such a good job of showing you different hats that they're forming and how they can customize them, because it'll just give you an idea of what you can do. Now, I did have some branding done to my hat. There is a beautiful inner leather piece, if you can see that, that goes along your headband. And it says in there that's made in the US, handmade in the US, and it has their custom hat sign right there. But on the other side, I had my initials actually branded into the inside of the hat. But again, because of customization and the ability to continue to grow and change with me, if I want to take this back later and adjust maybe the color on this, or get a special brand put onto the actual hat itself so that I can show it off, basically anything that you want, they can do it within reason if they already have the branding tools and can kind of recreate what you want. So amazing, amazing. Love this hat. He actually placed it on my head perfectly, and it's way lower than I thought I was supposed to have it, but it goes more towards my eyebrows, and oh my gosh, I'm in love. I'll back up a little bit so you can see it. Incredible. I got the bone color. Again, I think I am hooked. I have a secret, very small, very special collection of hats. I am a hat person. And I'd rather pay for quality over quantity. So I do still want a rounder, smaller, flat-brimmed rancher kind of a hat, and I do want a blue one eventually. So I think maybe for another holiday, I will ask for that, and I'll kind of save up and budget and get a new hat eventually. But these are incredible. I have a giant head, so that's the cool part about it. They do measuring, and the forms need to fit your head ahead of time. And so that's where, if you are going to go in store and not order it online, you need to know what you're going to be getting, you know, because these aren't that adjustable as far as the inside. They will mold to your head a little bit, but too small is always going to be too small, and too big is the same thing. So anyway, I am so happy. I cannot with this hat. So, you know, my Simply Sarissa hat that I always wear, and it's not going anywhere, but I have a feeling I'm going to be figuring out ways to style this hat, and you're going to see this in a lot of future videos. All right, that does it for this video, and I know this is a little bit different, but you know, fashion is fashion, and I have found over the years that hats can really make or break an outfit, and they can just give you your signature style. So that's why I think it's important to find the right hat for you at whatever price point that is, and you know, let it grow and change and mold with you. So I just want to say thank you to Burns Hats. This video is not sponsored in any way. They have no idea I'm doing it, but I'm just so grateful to them as a company and for what they build and the quality that they stand by. I am so excited to have this hat and to start my collection. I'm just gonna say it now. So yeah, that is it for me today. And if you like these type of videos, make sure you hit like and subscribe. That helps me out a lot. And until next time, I'll see you soon.